And oh yeah, another reason why I wasn't doing videos yesterday was because it was my sister's birthday. So yeah. So we're gonna start this off. Pretty sure I didn't do this yesterday, but yeah. So All Might knows the bar, so people start coming to the bar more often because they see All Might come there a lot, and people want to see All Might and get autographs and stuff. But sometimes he does go in skinny form and all that. But he goes over there and asks Kenshin who he should give his quirk to, because he asked him if he wanted his quirk, and he says no and stuff. So he was like, do you know anybody from your class that should have it? I'm just gonna say he had an interaction while they were getting dressed and stuff about Kuroshima saying that why you got so many scars, because I'm gonna say back in the day, I'm gonna say somebody like almost stabbed his heart, but like not completely destroying it. Or maybe I'll say his brother stabbed his heart, which I won't be putting in this. So then it's gonna be full-blown destruction in the whole town. And he says that somebody tried to kill me with a sword in my heart. And he's like, then why is it on your chest, like the lower side of your chest? He says, because my quirk gives me 7 hearts. He's like, 7 hearts? He's like, then what can I do? He says, pretty much, those are my only weakness and all that. But if all 7 of my hearts get struck down, or I would die. He's like, so you can die and stuff? And he says, I have regeneration and all that. He says, not really, because another part of my quirk would just resurrect me, but there's a cost to it. He says, what the cost? He says it takes away parts of my feelings. And he's like, your feelings? What does that mean? Pretty much, it would take parts of how I feel. I'll become more lifeless every time I come back. But eventually I can get it back after a couple of years. He's like, what? For real? So yeah, that was the interaction. I just forgot all about giving him the quirk and stuff. So then, it's the next day. It's early in the morning, I'm gonna say. They exchanged number and he told him to come to school early. This is one of the teachers needs to talk to you and stuff. He walks in and he sees All Might in his buff form. And he's like, All Might, are you one of the teachers? And asks him Midoriya what's going on. And he says, ask All Might. All Might says, stands up and say, young Kirishima, you have been chosen for my quirk. And Kirishima's like, what do you mean by that? That was horrible. And he's like, Kuroshima, I have the ability to pass down my quirk to anybody I want. And then Kiroshima's like, oh really, All Might? These are horrible accents, I know. I don't know why, I'm just... Then they explain one for all to Kuroshima. And he says yes, of course. And that happened. And, Elizabeth knows, and he says, Kenshin, thank you. Because they explained that he was going to give it to Kenshin first, or Deku, or whatever. And I don't, yeah. So, Today is the versus battle, and it is, what's his name? Oh yeah, it is Bakugo and Elizabeth on one team, and Kenshin and, what's Momo on the other team. I just had to come up with a name. And I'm gonna say because Mineta couldn't use his quirk, so Aizawa couldn't expel him because he couldn't use it at all and stuff. So he couldn't expel him. That's why he's still here. Now I'm gonna say they did expel him because he couldn't be around her throughout classes, so he couldn't use his quirk all day. And the move can't be spammed, the impurity thing. It can be used on multiple people, but I'm gonna say she can't turn it on and off, but Deku can, or Kenshin can, and stuff. So yeah, he never told her that he can turn it off or anything like that, but he did tell her that she can't turn it off and stuff. And people are asking, so you did just give her away one of your quirks? He says not really. The only thing I really gave away was impurity quirk, but I still have the ability that came with it. And they're like, what ability? He sends any move that I can do in consecutive attacks without anything stopping me, it'll get stronger and stronger. So if she really wanted to, she can tap for a whole day and destroy a desk. And they're like, what? It says I still have the ability, but not the commandment. Because it doesn't really work on me unless some girl really likes me. Something like that. Or has... yeah. So he says that. So half the time it wasn't even useful to me. Then I got the idea. Then I learned that I can give people my commandments. And they asked, so you can give the other 9 to somebody else? He says I can only give 9 of them away, but I have to keep 1 of them, which I'm probably gonna keep my commandment of love. Because personally, I think commandment of love would be the strongest commandment. Because the only people that can counter it are people that pity, like Escanor, I would say. Only a couple people, Escanor and Meliodas, and I will say Diane, maybe? No. King would be able to attack him. Because I feel like King learned a lesson during the training and the newest episode of Cyberly Devonson, so where I can. If you haven't watched it, so I'm not really spoiling anything because it's already came out. So I think he doesn't have any anger towards anybody else after that. Doll Gopher is just like a child, pretty much. And he's a doll. So I'm not sure how it would work. But he did get his feelings back. And all that. So pretty much all 7 deadly sins are immune to the commandment now. I just noticed that. So yeah, back to that. So pretty much only a few people can attack him, but whenever they start the match, he tells Momo to go get Elizabeth and I got Bakugo easily. So when Bakugo runs at him, he instantly drops to the floor, and he's like, "What is this? What are you doing?" And he's like, "This is one of my commandments, commandment of love. Anybody that comes attack me with malice intent or anger will fall beneath me." And Bakugo starts screaming out, "You coward! Fight me fight me for real." And he says, "What you talking about? I'm just using my quirk." Wow. I'm not sure if I should give him darkness. I'll just go ahead and get his darkness. I'll just add that to the list. And then he says, okay, stop whining. Turns off love, and then he comes at him and he strikes him. And stuff, and he comes over, tries to hit him, and blood comes off of Deku, and then he can't use his quirk. And he says, "What is this?" He says, "It's the commandment of..." Wait, no. I'm not going to do that, because that'll be a little OP. Pretty much saying anybody that attacks him will lose his quirk. So it's commandment of, what's it called? What was it called? You know, the one where you can't kill anybody in front of him. That would be the same. I'll just leave that one the same. But they would reverse somebody's age instead. So reverse them to their 4 again, pretty much, when they first get their quirk. So then that happens, and they go on. And he's like, "Stop it." And stop it. So, yeah, he just tells them all about his commandment's power. So fight me then. So then, Kenshin says, "Okay." Looks Bakugo go free. Bakugo's tracking him, but he's dodging and weaving it. And what he's doing every time this happens, he punches Bakugo 10 times in the stomach, doubling the damage every time. No, adds 50% of the punch onto it. So add 50% power from one punch onto it. So just saying that if his punch was like a 10% one for all punch, he punched him once, 2 times, it would be a 15% punch. But yeah, that's just something where he didn't use that much strength. But then I want to say he only used like normal people strength, or like a slight enhancement, like 2% one for all, punched him 10 times, something around 50, I'm not sure. Making him go flying, and he's holding his side, because it's not like he got punched by like a complete different percent of one for all. He punched him in like different levels of one for all each time in the same spot. He's holding his side, which I'm gonna say is bruised. Then he runs up to him and he like puts his palm into his face and says "weakness." And then all of a sudden Bakugo starts throwing up, and he says, "What did you do to me?" And he says, "I gave you a curse that will make you sick." Bakugo tries to attack with his grenade, but whenever he sets it off, he'll go flying backwards because he can't hold his stance anymore. Both of them together, and this is when Deku says, "Let me show you God." And then he creates a black sword, and he slices up with black flames, going straight through it, burning all the other explosions out. And then Deku, or Kenshin, flashes up to him and says, binding spell, I guess, or binding. Like, I'm gonna say kind of like taking the wraps and twirling around him and tying him up. And then Momo versus Elizabeth, and pretty much Momo's getting attacked by laser beams and stuff. So what happens is that whenever Deku comes, he just walks in there Well, Elizabeth is shooting beams because she's not like a regular Elizabeth. What all Deku's doing is, I'm gonna say, he still has his sword out with God activated. If you guys don't know what God is, it's how Malio just has that power that gives him the ability to kill immortal beings with that black flames. And those black flames were originally wasn't his power, and it's called God, which the Demon King gave to him. So is his younger brother. Also got it. That's why he can do it. Then he says Dark Nebula or something like that, making a black hole which sucks in all the light in one hand. Because if it was actually like an actual black hole, light attacks don't work on it. Because black holes are technically faster than light. Because that's telling you that either they're strong enough to withstand the pressure of a black hole, or they're faster than light. It's the only way you can like stand straight. But he doesn't make a huge one to pull them in, but he sucks in all the light attacks. And then what he does is that he doesn't want to hurt her, so he just flashes really fast while touching the bomb with Dark Nebula, sucking it in, saying that bomb has been taken, destroyed, and with no casualties. And then I'm assuming if he gets back, they're congratulating him and saying that, what was that ability? He says it's pretty much a black hole, saying that only reason with this ability, light attacks are pretty much useless against me, because it'll suck them all in and stuff. And saying because it is actually a black hole, and what I did whenever I got to the bomb, I took it and sucked it in. So if it was actually a real fight with villains with those types of quirks, I would have actually able to get the bomb away and destroy it without any casualties. No. Oh God, no.